Hello YouTube! In today's video you'll see my oldest spearfishing footage recorded when I was starting out and first got some of my more serious equipment. Back in 2012 me and my cousin bought the GoPro Hero HD, and if you owned GoPro back then you were the shit, as it was the first compact action cam on the market. The only problem was the original housing had curved lenses, so all of the underwater footage was blurry. This was actually my first bigger spear gun, known as Immersion Challenger 90, which I modified to be open head style and added the fly fishing reel from eBay. I also covered it with some camo tape, as you can see here, and it all worked pretty well. That spear gun broke sometime after and I still have its mechanism as a memorial. I ambushed here and waited for fish, and when this small golden mullet approached I had to shoot it, of course. I did my best to sharpen the footage in post for this occasion, and you can also see black bars on the sides as the 4:3 aspect ratio was still quite common. I remember back then when I was showing this footage to my friends, they were all amazed by the quality and no one even noticed the blur. The screens were much smaller back then and we were all used to the HD quality standard, as at that time it was like 4K today. After about 2 years I bought my monoroller spear gun and I wanted to record, but all I had was the same old GoPro one. I started browsing and found a bunch of instructions online on how to modify the lens to be able to record sharp footage underwater. The most important thing was to replace the curved lens with the flat ones so the camera was able to focus. The way I did it was I unscrewed the original lens and bought the threaded filter, which offsetted housing hole diameter to about 1 cm on each side, and then I drilled the holes for screws and glued it onto the housing using epoxy. When it hardened, I took the old mask glass I had laying around and glued it onto the adapter and covered everything with the silicone to make it watertight. I also made the camera bracket from the old piece of metal, and this was my setup. It wasn't pretty, but it worked, and now I'm gonna show you the results after the modification. We were boating across the Croatian coast, and here I woke up at 5 AM to go and catch something for lunch. This was my first ever sea bass. I couldn't find the original file, so that's just enhanced 360p video I found in some old emails, so it is what it is. And this is what the actual footage looked with the original files after flat lens mod. You can see the bottom growth is actually hiding most of the views, so that's why it's better to have the camera on your head. And when I showed this to my friends back in 2014, they were like, "Oh my god, it looks like a movie." 2 golden mullets came and I shot the one that was closer to the gun. You can also see I was swimming around at the surface and didn't dive down until I saw the fish, which is terrible technique by the way, and you shouldn't do that, but it somehow worked for me at the time. The gilt-head sea bream came into the range here and the hit was perfect. It was penetrated at 2 points, and shots like this really guarantee it won't move anywhere. You can see I was really spearfishing in the shallows, as any beginner should, not like some guys today who are not aware of their limits, thinking they will be able to do 10 meters plus in their second dive. One good thing about the old GoPros was their battery life. You could record for hours, not like these new models where it lasts for an hour and you need like a bunch of batteries with you. Waiting for some more gilt heads to approach, which they did, and this gun really gave me an edge back then with its range, so I was able to shoot pretty far and still hit. This is a footage of me practicing freediving to about 15 meters, and I also did my courses, which you should also do at the beginning. It's important to mention you need to get good at freediving first before you start your spearfishing journey. I tried to blow some bubble rings here, but it is what it is. I finally managed to blow one at the end. After a few years, this was shot with the GoPro 4 and the video quality here is already comparable to today's cameras. I shot this gilt head here and it felt amazing to have it on the video. I hope if any of you beginners are watching this video, you got the idea of how long it takes to get some consistent results in spearfishing. Just be persistent and manage your expectations and you will become good at it, I promise. That's all for today's video, and if you liked it, make sure to like it and subscribe, as it helps the algorithm and also ensures you won't miss out on our future videos. Thanks for watching and stay safe while diving.